Here we are, once again. I got the mystery Animal Crossing music to stop, which is kind of a bummer. I really sort of enjoyed it, but the mystery of it was all too much. I didn't know where it was coming from. It was this ghost music. I mean, if I even would have known technically what game it was from, that would have given me some comfort. But I just kept hearing this like vaguely Animal Crossing music coming through, so it felt alien to me. I didn't like it. I had to get rid of it. I love it for the standby music. So here we go. We are going to be charting the ancient Uld Civilization. Out with the old, in with the Rau. The Rau is the new Uld Civilization. The Old, ULD, I always thought it was kind of a clever name because it also refers to a civilization which is very old. So you got some double meanings in there. They don't always have to hide the meaning in Latin or something. Sometimes the meaning can be hidden in English as a double entendre, like Pokemon. Chimchar? Come on. How old were you before you realized all the Pokemon names had little secret jokes in them and actually meant something? That Chimchar is not just a fun word that somebody made up, but it's like a chimpanzee and a char, like burning. It's a burning chimpanzee. Okay, Uld Civilization. Here's the minor tree. I do want to visit this. I think there's a tree there we can kill. Yeah, while we're here. While we're here. The other thing that gets in the way of all of my little anthropological investigations here is that I do get distracted by playing Elden Ring. Because wouldn't you know it, Elden Ring's a real fun game. So here's our buddy, Elden John, if you look closely. Normal guy, nothing wrong with this guy. Carrying a big tablet with a tree on it. So he has fully embraced Erd tree or some kind of tree-related ideology. We also find in this region two, not one but two, wandering mausoleums. These were the places where I think demigods were sent to be reborn? I don't know. I wonder if okay, because what does it mean if death does not exist? Does it mean if you fall off a big giant cliff and you smack your balls on the, bottom and your brains explode, um, do you die? I mean, physically, what if maybe your physical body stops functioning? Because they say there's no death, but what if you just pull someone's head off? Is their head going to still be alive? How far did America take this immortality thing? So I feel like bodies are perishable. There is this kind of through line with the theology that you will be saved, that it's a trust the process kind of thing. So it's possible that maybe none of these eternal people ever really live forever. Again, there's nobody left here. So maybe they're dying, but they're just not being reborn? I don't know. Who knows what the rules of the Lands Between are? Do they still retain any of the previous rules? Or is this just a lawless age that we're living in currently? I think it is sort of a lawless age. Yeah, Kenneth Haidt trying to restore something that that is fundamentally broken. Here we get a good picture of his legs. Yeah, that's like coming out of his leg. So what is it? Is it a root? I mean, I think initially it's meant to be disguised as his hair. You're supposed to just think, oh, it's just beard. But if you look, that ain't beard. That is not beard. And then it's possible that, well, okay, maybe they wanted to add some extra beard, so they used like another beard model and kind of clipped it through. Or maybe they just wanted it to look like actual tree roots and for you to not look too closely. I think all those answers are false. There's some water down below me, right? That's it? This is on the map? This water is on the map? I would hesitate to call this a lake. This is just like standing pool of water. Where did it come from? Nobody knows. We've got ancient trees rotting. Blood roses. Particularly beloved by those who serve the Lord of Blood. Glory to his inevitable reign. Why does he think it's inevitable? He's probably hijacking some kind of prophecy. Alright, so here we got Uld. Here we got Uld. This may be the edge of it. Tree followers, spirit followers. Dwelling arrows. Used by the master hunters of the ancestral followers. So they follow their ancestors. They're following the Uld. Spirits of small animals dwell in the arrows. Crystallized before it could mature. So magic is still highly saturated in this area. There's the ancient well that leads underground. And then at the end of this stretch, down at the end there, we have the Carrion Study Hall. So to our right, we have the Church of Vows. And the eastern tableland below us. Let's check the tableland for signs of Uld. Well, we do have the well right there to our north. And here it looks like we have some fire worshippers. His job is to protect the flame. Flame of ruin, right? So why are they out here? Why aren't they up? consecrated snowfields. We also see this. This looks a lot like the Mogwin. The staff that Moog uses. We know they cast some blood sorceries, these women. Sort of natural standards. These are very strange. Are they carved? Are they... These women have ties to the celebrants. So how are the celebrants and the flame monks tied? What's going on? And then why is there these guys? Why are the... Why you got these... These might be remains of those big battle cars they got. I kind of wonder if, like, this isn't, like, if they're not leaking out of it. If somehow they're not harnessing these inside of it to generate the heat and the fire. Maybe they splotch out. You know what I mean? Maybe they leak. Maybe a slug gets out every once in a while. Briars of Sin, what? Nice, I just get it from a random schmo. That's crazy. Those guys. I wonder if those guys aren't somehow leaking slugs. I bet that's it. I bet. Or maybe they, you know, bring them with them, let them graze, and then when they need to refuel, they just throw another slug in there. I think these things run off slugs. Friendly. Can't miss this opportunity. Ah, come on. Oh, shit. I should have jumped off. I don't know if I would have gone far enough, though. Let's read the Briars of Sin spell. An aberrant sorcery discovered by exiled criminals. Theirs are the sorceries most reviled by the Academy. Wounds the caster with thorns of sin, creating a spiral of blood thorns. Sin. The sorcery can be repeated up to 3 times. The guilty, their eyes gouged by thorns, lived in eternal darkness. There they discovered the blood star. So, did the person who speared Marika have access to this sin magic? See, that was my initial confusion, was thinking that it was blood magic, but it says they're like made up of sin. And we talk about the cardinal sin, the first sin. Which is often referred to through the exclusion of other races, notably the Hornsent.
Greeting. Oh, what? Very well. Heresy is all thing.
Lord's Heal, 8,000, Faith 20.
Is there something? Do you possess a... Then I would like to... Concerning the miracle, Radagon once cleansed himself with celestial deed, repented his territorial aggressions, and swore the order of the Erdtree and the fate of the moon were conjoined.
Maybe Radagon was trying to get rid of the original sin, because a blessed dew would be, a celestial dew would be a kind of baptism
Church to this day.
to remove a
And so
sin.
you need only follow Radagon's example to restore any bond, however strained or severed, to its rightful state.
Yeah, so Radagon was doing the right thing. The Celestial Dew, though, does that... where does it come from? If it's celestial, it could have something to do with the stars and with fate and destiny, right? So using a celestial dew might restore a destiny that was broken by some jackass, by killing a merchant, by committing the first cardinal sin. You know, instead of traditional baptism, which changes the person, changes your heart, changes your soul, washes it. Here, it cleanses the world of your sin, like it fixes the exterior to erase your mistake. Erase is a consequence. It's the push and pull of meaning, as they say, causality and regression. You're regressing to the world, to the state before you made your sin. So Moog's got some of this sin nature in him. He's embracing the sin, it seems like. No, that would be the Blood Star. The Formless Mother and the Blood Star, are they the same thing? Formless Mother seems to be... Well, they have certain things in common. Self-injury. Right, the thorns gouge out their eyes, rendering them blind, granting them the faith to see the path to the Blood Star, whatever that is. It seems like the Blood Star and the Formless Mother are the same thing. Be nice if you could see like one red star in the sky. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, so we've definitely hit the boundaries of the old down here. Let's see if we can find anything this way, more westernly, down by the lake region. Whoa, we got some poison going on down there. Let's travel north from here. We'll see what all that poison was. Achoo! Achoo! Pardon me. There's a big poison cloud down here just a minute ago. Miranda flowers. Glint blade Miranda flowers. They send heat-seeking missiles. They're dangerous. Yeah, we don't want to fudge with these guys. I think we are cut off from the old... Is that another mausoleum? It is with the bell ringing. What if the mausoleum with no bell belonged to... Maybe that was part of the process of sabotaging God. Maybe that was his resurrection mausoleum. With no bell, he can't get home. Well then, America, Radagon, whoever, would be like, I just fixed the bell. I'd like to know what's at the top of this, so I will mark this. It's a place where we need to go. So we know the old is over here, so we can check this area. That's not going to be hard to get to. It's with by the bell and the finger reader. Water such as this is typically, in other places, has been considered by the game to be somewhat stagnant. So let's see if these guys have any. See, they don't have any barnacles. My theory would be that the barnacles come when the area becomes saturated with stagnant spirits. They begin to crystallize. The area is, like, there's water here. So it's very possible that things are as they should be in Liurnia, at least with the respect to the movement of soul energy. Come up here. Again, we'll look for any signs of the old before we go underground. Bellum Church. Radagon just claimed it. That's pretty weird. It's the Academy main gate up there. This is wild. There's there's statues. These are, look at this. Erd tree statue right up to the front gate. That's weird. And this is the Gold Road. Leads straight to Relicaria. So when was this road built? It would have had to be built before... Did they have an alliance before the Liurnian Wars? They must have, right? What is this? With 0%. That's not good. Huh.
You bless you. Take the path to the for you. Bear witness. What the L.
Cool.
You.
Okay, so the end of this road. Grand Lift of Dactus. That leads to Lanedell. So these two kingdoms were connected by a gold road. But when? Was this after Radagon made their alliance and then he built this road? This looks to be the most ideal configuration of 4 Elden Rings. Let's see how far the road goes. All the way across the bridge. And then it loops around, right? You can find, I think you can find remnants of it coming down through here. And I think this is it. Comes through Caelid. To Celia? This is it, right? You can't make them out anymore, but I believe this is the Gold Road. Hang on, this guy wants to fight. knock this guy off his dumb horse. Haha. Oh, he took out the merchant! Uh-oh. He's pissed now. I killed his horse. No! What? Poison moth flight. Just want to see one gold tile. Can I even make out? Nothing. You alright there, bud?
Trade again.
So I'm gonna assume that this ends in Celia, and while we're assuming, let's just assume that this is the Gold Road, and that it became marred after. Oh, I go get my Death's Poker. Which means this begins in Caria and ends in Celia. Magic back to back. So it looks like it stopped here. Takes us to the Grand Lift of Dectus. Let's go up north. We'll wrap around the bend and just kind of draw a circle around the Uld. I need to go buy a bacon today. I'm out of bacon. It's ruining my diet. My whole meal plan is suffering. Oh wait. So the crazy women are working with these guys? And the fire monks? Are these Moog forces? Are these his armies? Like, is that a banner of the Bloodstar? Let's get a closer look at this. Whoops. Twin birds. Oh, these are the Carians. Interesting how the crescent moon is like a dish, like a macaroon. On one level, I definitely think the game is saying that all religions are, you know, different aspects of the same divinity. What I call the George Lucas theology. But this one had like big tree roots busting through it or something. Yeah, it does. Wait a minute. Wait just a minute here. Doesn't this look like a hollowed out tree itself? Like, what if they burned the tree down and it left this huge shaft in the mountain? And they built the lift inside of it. Just seems like, you know, a good opportunity to use a naturally forming. So if that is my theory, if there was once an Erd tree up here. It's about the right size. Do these minor Erd trees never get full size? Why do they remain minor? I think maybe they shift the Erd tree around. Could that be it? when the Erd tree starts to die. I think at least they used to. It would have to make sense that they age eventually. And that's why you have all of these different tree shamans, tree sages, sapling saints. You'd have one for each tree. I think America's tree, just, they kept it on top somehow. But I feel like in the previous cycle there were multiple trees. As evidenced by the fact that there are multiple trees. There are Erd trees everywhere. People were like, do seeds even exist for this tree? Now, like, yeah, seeds exist, and goddammit, they're growing everywhere. I think that was the original intent. Because these trees were like these wonderful trees that produces this bounty. They didn't just want one, they wanted a whole bunch of them. And then I think someone in America used, or the Fingers, used it to be like, no, there's going to be only one tree, and we have the tree, and all the grace is going to come from that tree. Fuck all these other trees. Burn them down. Is there somebody down here? That's the merchant. That looks suspicious and ripe for abuse.
You again. I don't want any trouble.
Never give you trouble, man.
Done? Well,
Why doesn't this guy like me? I want everyone to like me.
you again. I don't want... Done? Well,
Alright, just one more place to check, and then we'll go underground. Ugh, didn't get up high enough. Surprised there's so much stuff just in this little strip here, though. Church of Inhibition is where Vike went muy loco, I believe. Yes. Frenzied Flame Village with a wizard tower. I've been in there. You know, games we've gotten a lot better at repeating textures. Man, repeating textures used to like wreck so many good games, like I don't know, Dark Forces 2. You just see these, it just was like a dead giveaway of the artificiality of the world. There's our Erdtree avatar. Oh, what? Oh shit! Gosh darn it. Are you serious? Are you really serious? Come on. How did I screw that up? That makes me mad. This guy's been bugging me for the longest time. We'll get him this time. That's unfortunate. I don't have Terra Magica on. Cool, destroy all the trees. That's fine with me. Oh, I don't have any more magic? What? Die. Cool. You get 3 of them from that, huh? That's pretty good. Alright, we've reclaimed our Erd tree. The game proudly proclaiming Liurnia of the Lakes. And there's our Uld. Right at the base of this tree. So where does it actually start? Looking for a path, you know what I mean? Just like a frickin' path. Base of the converted fringe tower. I mean, if natural erosion did have anything to do with this, it would be this. It's the Black Knife Cave. So coming out of the dead end of the Black Knife Catacombs. Go down the hill. We can already see down there. That which takes us underground. Rune Bear. Old palace ruins. Forager. All right, so pretty much the Would you switch to the right weapon, please, you stupid bastard? Thank you. So we'll mark it with Uld. The Courier Crystal Tunnel, Ruined Labyrinth. So I'm looking for ancestral followers. I'm looking for statues. The terrain is still the same. I will still give this area to the ancestral followers. Up there it's the black knife shit. So let's go over here. Let's cut around this area. Rune bear. There we go. See? Still very oldie. Ye oldie, old man. In fact, I'm gonna put a... I'll mark one with every statue. That's right ahead. This is definitely... same area, yeah. There's a statue here. Statue over here. Big ass mausoleum. Ruins. Oh, hi. Well, they beat the shit out of me. Come on, that ain't cool, man. So it seems to stop. Back there. Let's see if there's anything to the south of here. Doesn't look like it. I don't see any old indicators. Alright, we got the surface pretty much mapped out. Stuck on a bear. It's never a good place to be. See if there's anything hidden behind this, which may indicate a downward and northern connection to the old. There's a path here. I think I've fought this guy before. Be here. There's water. That's something. That's not nothing. Did the Carians seal off somebody? That's something we haven't ever really contemplated. We know Marika had her, original sin, but maybe the Carians committed the same sinful acts. Maybe they too were kind of purging their line along the way. Actually know what painting I got there. Find it. Let me go look. Holy Lightning and Magic I can now boost. So, the center of the Uld Civilization is that away, towards 1. target him. Still don't have my torch. Am I crazy? Like, where the hell? And here we are. We have Nox. The Nox have put up a dam. this. Just throw a rock at me. You don't like gravity magic? Take that, you big bug. Is there nothing in here? So what was this still protecting? Maybe nothing, maybe just an old storage room for duplicate monuments. Just built her little nest in here. These are the same ones Moog has littered around. seems like maybe Moog is trying to resurrect the old dynasty. Could this be... Don't we also see these in the Lake of Rot and stuff, though? So yeah, this could have been a more extensive society. We can assume this used to be a big bustling place. Kind of disturbing that the Estelle was the only thing there and it didn't even give me anything. Let's teleport over here. So now we're going into Noxtella. This would have been a large concentration of spirit energy with all the water flowing here. Okay, I'm going to ask the obvious question here. How did she get in this room? I mean, I guess she could have come in from the top, crawled in over the hills, scaled down. Even for a giant, though, that's pretty tall. There's a Grace down there. guess there's a grace in the direction I'm facing. I haven't gotten it yet. How do I get down there? So I will need to get to Nokron. Nokron and Uld appear to be connected. This is just a little hole in the wall here. It's possible that this entrance was not made for the Nox. Could just be a hole in the wall connecting, you know, the old and the new. But yeah, surprised at how interconnected everything is. They're just living 3 doors down here. Oh, balls. And then here's the Lake of Rot. With a giant glintstone in the middle. I didn't even notice that. You ever notice that the Lake of Rot is built under a massive glintstone formation? So what is rot? If putrescence is spirits that don't process, if they're spirits that stagnate. Now here we are. Now we're back into Uld. Something to think about. We're going to come back for part 3, and I don't know where we're going to go from here. This is interesting. I got to digest all